It is election season all across the country, of course, including in Kansas and Missouri. We're doing our best here at KSHB 41 to get you prepared and answer what questions you have before you head to the ballot, which is coming up very soon, especially in the primaries case coming up in the first week of August. So I'm glad to be joined by a new addition here at KSHB 41, Brad Cooper, who's joining us from the Sunflower State Journal. Brad, you're going to be helping us out with political coverage a little bit this season. We appreciate you doing so.
Good to be here.
Obviously, one of the biggest questions going into this election cycle is what's going on in Kansas with the state amendment between the yes and the no vote on abortion rights in the state of Kansas. We're going to talk about this more than one segment. There's lots of things to cover with that. But today we want to talk about how we got to this point on this amendment. Tell me a little bit about the efforts in the past 20 or so years, would you say, to try and curb abortion rights during Roe, before Dobbs and during the era of Roe v. Wade still being in place. What has abortion rights conversations been like in Kansas for the past 20 years or so?
Well, there have been a number of limits and restrictions put in place, most notably during former Governor Sam Brownback's administration. And I think what we're seeing today is a result of a 2015 law that was aimed at restricting a type of second-term abortion known as dilation and evacuation. You've heard it in this campaign as dismemberment abortion from the supporters of the amendment, and that's how they referred to it. And that was a first in the country law that was passed by the Kansas legislature in 2015, and that went to court immediately. And so what we're seeing today is the sort of the end result of almost 4 to 5 years of litigation, which resulted in a historic Supreme Court case in which the Kansas Supreme Court found that there was a constitutional right to an abortion in Kansas.
Right. And that's been talked about a lot just in the flyers and kind of things people are getting about this campaign. You're hearing about that late-term abortion kind of thing being talked about from both sides. That's still part of that 2015 law is what they're referencing here, is what you're saying.
Well, what this amendment does, this amendment doesn't ban abortion. What it does is it removes the constitutional right to an abortion that the Supreme Court found in the Constitution. Where the crux or the focus of this debate that we're all hearing is what happens after the amendment passes. The supporters of the amendment say it preserves restrictions or limits that have been placed for a decade or more. The opponents of the amendment fear that this opens the door to a ban on abortion because what the court's decision does is gives the legislature more latitude or autonomy to pass restrictions. And that's kind of the crux of what we're looking at right now.
So as we record this today, it's been less than a month since Dobbs was decided by the U.S. Supreme Court. Immediately, we saw Missouri sign that trigger law that they had in place, kind of ready for that moment, ready for the potential of Roe to be overturned at some point. Missouri was the first in the nation to act upon that. How much preparation, for lack of a better word, has the Kansas legislature done to get ready for this kind of vote? I mean, different states did that same kind of trigger law. That has not happened in Kansas. We're looking at a vote here. What kind of things were in place, if anything at all, to prepare for the possible eventual overturning of Roe v. Wade? Was there anything ready for that in the state of Kansas?
Kansas has been very different from Missouri. Kansas did not have a trigger law. The primary focus has been on this Supreme Court case from 2019. And the key point of understanding about that Supreme Court case is by determining that there is a constitutional right to an abortion in Kansas, it increases or raises the legal bar for challenging any restrictions that the legislature should choose to adopt. And what has happened now is because it's a constitutional right, any law or restriction passed by the legislature must clear what's known has to meet a strict scrutiny standard, i.e. the state has to show that it not only had a compelling interest to adopt a certain restriction, but that law was also narrowly tailored to meet that compelling interest. And I think the supporters of the amendment are afraid because of that higher bar that could ultimately end up in other restrictions that have been passed over the last decade from being struck down. And that's kind of what has led to this amendment getting on the ballot.
So let me ask you about where the campaigns are now as we wrap up this first segment. Again, Brad's going to be joining us for several segments during this election season. We're glad to have him. You were telling me before we started recording this morning about some of the money spent already in this yes-no campaign for this. What has this campaign been like? With no face to put on necessarily, it's a message both sides are trying to sell. What has this campaign been like in the money spent here?
I mean, what you're looking at is maybe one of the most expensive primary campaigns in Kansas history.
Really?
Right now, just broadcast spending alone is approaching $10 million. The supporters of the amendment have raised about $6 million over the course of the year and in 2021. The opponents have raised about $7 million. You're seeing a lot of money come in from out of state. It's a very pitched environment, and the campaigns are running high.
Well, and obviously people have seen the political ads that have been running on local television stations, including KSHB 41. How would you describe quickly before we go the tenor of this debate? What's it been like to watch as a political observer? See the flyers, see the ads. What do you think of the messages being put out as we've watched this?
It's one of the most intense campaigns I've ever covered. I mean, you see it marked by protests, by people who oppose it. I mean, the fever pitch on this campaign is very high compared to any other race I've ever seen.
Well, obviously, this is not going to be the last time we talk about this as we get ready for the primary coming up on August the 2nd. That's the first time we'll get a chance to see this on the ballot. Brad Cooper from Sunflower State Journal. Brad, thank you for your time, and we look forward to more of these conversations moving forward.
Thanks again.